my love, welcome. This is going to be your Kiss of Death reading. So we're going to be using vampire decks for this reading. Let me get, let's see. I'm definitely going to use the Vampire Tarot of the Vampires. Oops. This is a really good deck for those love questions. And what else do I want to use? I think I'm gonna use the Madame Endora's cards. Sorry. This Vampire Tarot. And maybe I'll pull from my Oracle of Oddities. Okay. So just a couple, well, just 4 decks. I love to use multiples, so, okay. Apologies, I can't light my skull candle because I have my lighter in my bedroom and I don't want to go get it, so we won't have a lit candle, but that's okay. Okay, but what I will do is spray my cards. Okay, so for the Kiss of Death, we are going to be looking at your love life. In particular, if your ex will be coming back, or if your ex is serious, actually I should say, if your ex is serious about you guys getting back together. So I guess your ex made some comments to you about wanting, you know, to try it again, and things didn't quite work out in the current relationship that you were in. So we're going to look into seeing the energy of, you know, the possibility of you and your ex coming back together. Let's see what that vibe looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards and then we'll start. So the energy, the energy of you guys is these, I want it to come out too. This one. Okay. Ooh, Spirit wants to talk. They have a lot to say. Because your cards are just falling out in piles. Okay. Okay, so what we have is the Dragon, Strength and Wisdom, the Stars, a long journey brings reward. The Caduceus, you will receive news from afar, and the Spirit card, unseen forces watch over you. So first things first, you are definitely divinely guided through this experience, okay? And by that I mean Spirit is guiding you. Your guides are putting you in this position. I feel like the Spirit card is revealing that your guides have your back, that they have actually been helping you get to this point in your life. So this point of, you know, the relationship that you were previously in not working, the ex coming back and saying these things is really kind of showing that there's going to be a buildup of something happening, okay? The Stars card says a long journey brings reward. So this has been a long journey of kind of going full circle, I feel. There was the initial time when you guys were together, then you were broken up, you moved on and were with someone else, and then now you're kind of coming full circle again, meeting with this person. So I do feel that, yes, there will be coming together of you and your ex. I really, really feel that. I also see the Strength and Wisdom card is, I feel like through time, like with the Dragon card, through time, strength and wisdom was able to come to be. So there's more wisdom between you and your ex. There's more wisdom probably also on your ex's point, or on their part, from where they were when you guys were first together. So I feel like this time apart really allowed you guys to see the full potential of what you both want out of life. But I also feel like there's been also separate growth with the ex. The Caduceus card, I'm probably Caduceus. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but it says you will receive news from afar. So I feel like this is a long time coming. I feel like the news that you have already received it, which was, you know, the initial contact that your ex had with you. But I feel like maybe that's pinpointing also with spirit. Like spirit has been leading you guys to this point, right? So then we have for the other oracle cards, I have the solar plexus chakra is coming up, as well as the throat chakra, okay? And then in the middle is awaken. So I feel like the awaken card is saying a breath of fresh air, a brand new day. The sun is rising, a new day, you know, something new to experience. I feel like the awaken, you have the two skeletons at the bottom, and there's life blooming with the flowers. It's also interesting that they are sunflowers, and we have the solar plexus, which is sunflowers as well. It's awakening of joy, awakening of happiness, okay? Because I see sunflowers as a sign of light, and the sun, and the sun is joy. So it's really, you know, a new birth, a birthing of a new experience with you guys, and there's a lot of joy that's going to be involved with this situation. I see the throat chakra coming up, which is communication. So this is a chance for you guys to really be able to communicate together things that maybe you weren't able to express to one another before, okay? So by you guys coming together, there's going to be a lot of closure happening from the previous experience of the two of you being together, and then a new awakening of you guys opening up a brand new chapter. So what I really, really want to say is, in order to have this be a successful coming together point, I want to see you guys more so getting the closure from the previous experience together, right? You guys talk about certain things. If you have certain questions that you want to ask them, you know, getting it all out. But I also want to see the closing of that chapter, so there's no more dabbling into the past, and then there's actually an opening or an awakening, you know, a new beginning of a new step, a new chapter, a new phase together. Okay, that's really what's gonna make it healthy and work pretty much. Okay, so this, I think I have a couple title cards in here. Let me see. Yep, I'm like, I could tell because I don't color the edges of my title cards, and the rest of these are red. Okay, so the tarot cards, I'm gonna designate this one as your ex's energy, and then I'm designating this one for you, okay? So I'm going to pull on your ex's energy as far as the initial idea of the two of you guys coming back together, okay? Whoop. Oh yeah. They are definitely the ones that are initiating, because I have an Ace of Wands that came up, and to me the Ace of Wands is definitely that new beginning, that motivation to start something new and fresh, okay? They are actually coming into this with a little bit of a challenge. I feel like maybe they were fighting themselves on this, because we also have a Five of Wands coming up, and I feel like maybe they were feeling a little bit unsure of how you were going to welcome them back into your life. So not sure how your guys' relationship ended. You know what? Let me clear the cards off the table from the previous, because I don't want it to be confusing. I'm not sure how you guys ended your relationship and whatnot, if you like ended it on a good note, but well, I'm probably most likely not on a good note, you know, but I don't know how open you were to having them come into your life, but I feel like there was a lot of hesitancy with them. And I'm seeing that with the Five of Wands, like they were either fighting themselves about this, like they weren't sure if this was going to be a good move to make, or if this was something that you were going to welcome, if you were going to be open to this. But the Ace of Wands to me is that initial, they were the ones that want to start this. They are the ones that want to initiate, you know, the two of you coming together and communicating again, right? There's also, I feel with the Ace of Wands, very much physical attraction. Like they are still very much physically attracted to you, and they're very much still attracted to you altogether. I also feel like those feelings for you would spark. I'm seeing that we have the candles in the background of this card, and the flames, and I always would see the Ace of Wands as kind of like that reigniting that flame or that spark. So I definitely feel like that your ex has no problem with reigniting their feelings for you. It may be on your end where it might be a little bit more difficult, right? They also have the Hangman card, which is they have been seeing the situation from new perspectives. So either this is something that happened within themselves, or they had a talk with somebody. But I feel like the Hangman card is showing that they're really willing to see the situation, like what happened to you guys, your past. They've been looking at it from other perspectives, not just their own. So that to me is wisdom and growth on their part, because it's showing me that they have been able to step outside of themselves and to see situations from other points of view. This will help, you know, the initial why you guys broke up, right? This is going to help them to understand. They are also coming up with a Justice card, which is definitely telling me that they you know, they see the balance, they're seeking fairness, they're seeing what, you know, what maybe if it was their part that did the wrong, you know, that they're willing to be they're remorseful, and they're willing to apologize or make amends for it. So I feel like they have very good intentions for coming to you. Okay, so if you're worried about that, I definitely feel like they have good intentions to make amends with this relationship. The only thing is we have the King of Pentacles coming up as their fear card. And so the King of Pentacles is usually somebody who is willing to plant the seeds and tend to it to see it grow. I feel like they're walking into this. We have the Three of Swords right underneath that. So the broken heart. So I do feel like there's hesitation, there's fear there of you not being open to it, because I feel like maybe they were the one that caused the wrong to begin with, right? So there's a lot of remorse that they have within them. But the King of Pentacles to me is like, I feel like there's maybe fears of not being good enough for you money-wise, or there's like not being able to take care of you, or finances has always been kind of like a difficult situation for this person. So I don't want to dive too deep into what's going on with them, because it's not very fair to read for somebody when they're not here. So I'm not going to dive in any deeper than that, but I will just say, if that resonates, like if this person has had, you know, a past of difficulties with finances or not being able to support, that is a common, not a common, but that is a very strong fear that they have within themselves going into this, you know, reuniting. So just kind of keep that in mind, and you can interpret that the way that it will fit for you, because I don't want to dive too far into, you know, reading for someone else when they're not here. So that's as far as I'm going to go. Okay, so now let's look at your perspective of this reuniting situation. So we have the Four of Skulls, or the Four of Pentacles. We have the Lovers card. We also have the Daughter of Grails, or I believe that is the Page of Cups. And we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, and your fear card is coming up as the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. So another Pentacle card. So I feel like for you, is you're not in a rush to reunite and reconnect, because I see that the the Four of Pentacles, and then the Lovers card side by side, is you're not quick to dive into or jump into another relationship. It's like you really want to take your time and take it slow. I see the Page of Cups and the Ten of Cups is kind of like you just want overall happiness. You want things to feel solid and you want things to be real, right? So I feel like there's a hesitancy with diving back into another relationship because you just got out of one, right? But I do feel like, you know, you're not cutting out complete hope of that. It's interesting that we have the Page of Pentacles coming up as your fear, because again, Pentacles suit is the material, right? The King is the material. So I feel like, you know, there's mutuals, like you guys do have a lot of in common about fears of being able to supply life to this relationship coming back together. I feel like it's also fears of money, situations, and finances. For some reason, like that's coming up as a common theme for the two of you. But also I just feel like it's being able to supply that life, that nourishment that needs to happen, because the Pentacle suits is usually people who are willing to put in the work and the effort and the love into growing that garden of fruitfulness, right? So I feel like there's, you know, for you as a page, it's like a little bit less experience, or maybe, you know, not wanting to put in too much of your own time and generosity into, you know, growing this garden of possible love, where this person may be a little bit more invested into it. So I do feel like they are coming in with more hopes than maybe you are. But I feel like your hesitancy is basically you're trying to protect yourself. I see that, that you're not wanting to jump right into a new relationship altogether. So I do feel like, yes, yeah, definitely they have the intent. They want to get back together. They want to connect. But I also see there's good points from them too. I don't think it's negative. I think that they really are just starting to see the light, so to speak. Like they're just starting to see this situation from new eyes, and that's part of their growth. So let's pull cards on the possible future. And just really quickly, anytime I read for the future, it is basically, you know, things can change based off of your present actions. So nothing is set in stone. But this is the possible future of the two of you guys. Oh, okay. So we have worship coming up. We have knowledge. And we have the crown chakra. So I feel like this is a divinely guided situation that is occurring, which tells me that, you know, when it's divinely guided, when it is the universe that is making this happen, that we really have little control over making it not happen. So regardless of whether you want it to happen or not, I feel like this person is going to come back into your life for a reason, okay? So I do feel like this is one of those future settings where it's fate, okay? It's really fate that's bringing you guys together for whatever reason, whether it lasts or it doesn't. There's a lesson. There is something that you guys need to learn together. We have the unicorn card coming up, a good fortune and friendship. So there's definitely some positivity happening there as far as the future goes. So this is just in general, but it looks to be a positive, like a positive reunion, okay? I don't think that this is something that you should be wary of. Obviously, you probably will still be because your heart was broken at one point. Yeah, here's the Ace of Wands coming up, the Five of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Temperance card. So it's definitely, to me, a future of, you know, passions reignited. There could be, you know, still dealing with some of the past with that Five of Wands, which is like a lot of arguing, or like what are the reasons why you guys broke up. I feel like there's reasons that you need to come together and talk about it. So there's closure that needs to happen. The Temperance card is to have patience and balance in this whole scenario. And then we also have the King of Swords, which is definitely communication. So if there's anything that you need to say to this person, this is the time to do it, okay? When you guys are coming together, this is the time to express what's on your mind and what's on your heart. Make sure you get it all out, because if this does not bloom into a full-blown relationship, at least you got your closure, right? So that's what's most important. And that Temperance card is definitely revealing to have patience in this process, to have patience in you know, you guys coming together and communicating. So definitely want to do that. Lastly, we have the 10 of Cups, which to me is definitely, you're just looking for simplicity. You were looking for wanting you guys to be in a good emotional place. Maybe not, maybe, you know, whether it's the two of you or just you individually and whatnot, you just want simplicity and happiness. That's how I see the 10 of Cups. I also see it as, this card doesn't show it so well, but it's like the happy ending, literally the happy ending of the fairy tale. This card, she looks like she's in complete euphoria. She just looks like she's in bliss, right? I also see the white roses as a sign of, like, white to me is a sign of apology or forgiveness. So I do feel like this is going to have a happy ending to it. We have the Ace of Cups coming up. So again, that's that overflow of emotions, releasing your heart, your feelings, you know, really expressing what's on your mind. The Eight of Scepters, or the Eight of Wands, is moving forward, okay? The future, moving forward. And lastly, we have the Prince of Skulls, or the Prince is the Knight, I believe. The Page, Knight, Prince is Knights, I believe. The Knight of Pentacles, which is patience, okay? Patience. Patience, and then, you know, just taking it step by step, day by day. There is no rush. You guys reconnecting, there's no rush to make it happen. It's just kind of go with the flow. But I feel like this is going to be a whole different experience from the previous relationship that you guys had before. Okay, my love? So this concludes your reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to read for you. Thank you for being patient as I got this reading out. I know there was a little bit of a delay, but thank you for being patient with me, my love. And anyone who's watching, I am currently not doing the video readings. I am giving myself a little bit of a break for the rest of this month, but they will be back October 1st. So be on the lookout, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, my loves.